Yo, it's your boy Carter Chris WCC, man. I'm back in the bit with another reaction video, man. How y'all been? Hope you been well. Taking care of yourself, loving yourself, standing out the way, doing everything that you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Yo, trying your best in this fucked up ass system and society. Just try your best no matter what. You feel me? Just keep going. I know it's hard. I genuinely know it's hard, man. Trust me. Sometimes it's hard for me. But we just gotta keep fighting, man. You feel me? Shit is just, life is just, hey man, it's a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? Hella ups and downs, but eventually we will make it to our stop, you know? And we just have to keep going. We just literally have to keep going. Just taking care of ourselves, getting energy, getting the sun. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, just take care of ourselves as best as I can, man. Today we got SO Speed. Shout out to him. When one of their own calls them out, and I seen a little bit of this video. I think actually, did I? Yeah, I actually think I seen this video, like a little bit of it, on my either TikTok or Instagram probably, but I didn't watch the full video. So without further ado, I'm about to check it out. Shout out to SO Speaks, man. Go check him out, man. He be making bangs. He be updating on us on what really be going on. They need to stay aware of. But so, without further ado, let's get to the video.
Don't talk about enough is how racists treat white people who don't agree with them, because everybody knows they hate black people. That part is obvious, but sometimes it feels like they get even more angry at white people who refuse to be racist with them. And I'm not saying they literally hate them more than us, but damn it, it's a close second, because to them that white person isn't just disagreeing, they feel like that person betrayed the team. If your whole identity depends on other white people backing up your racism, then you never stood on anything real in the first place. Now watch this.
They won't let me in here.
They won't. Why not?
Because I said the N-word on the internet. Now they say I'm just an un-American.
Look at Troy the Builder, man. Crazy how months ago he was doing this, and now you getting your booty busted in months later, bro. How you feel, man? How you feel, my nigga? Know you going through it in that jail, bro. Crazy. You getting exposed and shit for, you feel me? Hey, taking straight meat up your hole. You know what I'm saying? But you was acting like you was so big and bad. Yikes. No, like I said, man, the jokes write themselves, you know.
American person, because I believe in freedom of speech. Isn't that crazy?
Well, considering that two of my boys are black, I can understand that.
Why does that matter?
It does. I don't like it. Just go ahead.
You don't like freedom of speech either?
Just go ahead and go.
I'm gonna stand right here. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go to jail?
You went to jail? Bitch ass nigga. Thought everything was a game. Now you in jail. Now what?
Look at him. He's gonna waddle over to the cop. Considering two of my boys are black.
Not a protest, just that was kind of racist. And all of a sudden, here comes the meltdown. Now they're calling them soft or acting like that person hates their own people. But wait, all they did was say black people shouldn't be disrespected. The bare minimum. So why does that make them so emotional? They react like what they said was breaking news. That's the part people ignore. Racists just don't want to be racist. They want agreement. They want to make the little comments, tell the little jokes, use the little code words, and have everybody go along with it.
What are some of the best names you can call them aside from N? Jaron Vining wrote Watermelon Felons, and just so you guys know, this guy worked in the police department, so we're dealing with people like that. Lionel A. West, Moon Crickets. That's a classic one. And then we had Gary Humphrey, Hellcat enthusiast that settled for an Altima instead. Alright, next we have John Gilligan, Hard R's, Sheboons, Bonnet Chimps. Adam Campbell wrote North American Ground Ape. Alright, Paul Rode, Pickaninny, making a comeback. Alright.
So when another white person doesn't agree, it exposes them, because now
I mean, look, man, it's funny, bro. Like, all of them chopped as fuck. We knew this. But, you Yeah, they talking all this shit now, but I mean the sun getting hotter, bro. So get ready. Like, like you feel me? Fuck all the bullshit, man. The sun getting hotter, my nigga. Hope you been taking care of yourself. You feel me? This heat that's hitting Europe and shit need to go on, come to the US, get this shit on and rocking. Like, you feel me? I'm tired of this shit. Genuinely. Like I said, bro, it's my motherfuckers are literally just swearing like they are the norm, but y'all are literally mutations. Y'all be like, y'all, I guess y'all just keep forgetting that shit. Y'all niggas are literally mutations, nigga. We are the original human being, and y'all love just acting like y'all are just so OP when you niggas are literally getting grilled every time you step outside.
They can't hide behind, well, everybody thinks like this. No, everybody doesn't. Genuine white people do exist. A lot of white people do think like that, but it's a lot of them that don't. So a lot of times they just hung around people that made them feel normal. And when one of their own checks them, now they don't know what to do. That's why they get so mad.
2,000 men are buried here. How did they die? They died as traitors to their country.
I know these niggas stink. Oh my God. Look at this shit. All imbeciles.
They died to preserve the institution of slavery, the right to own, breed, and kill their fellow humans with impunity. Don't touch me.
Let's go. Probably a Democrat voter too, aren't you?
Hey, Doug. As vice. Let's go. I'm not doing anything. I'm just talking.
Hey, come on.
I have every right to be here as they do.
No. This is federal property.
Right. It's federal property.
And it's not.
It's a public property.
You're not here to speak.
Yes, I am.
You're not.
I brought this.
As a Northerner,
Confederate
I'm telling you to shut the
battle
fuck up.
flag is not only a flag of defeat.
You need to leave. Get the police.
It is a flag of degeneracy, depravity, and perversion.
Your mom's probably a degenerate too. You need to go. Out of here, boy. You need to go, boy.
Because they know it sounds different coming from another white person. When black people call it out, they can say we're being sensitive, playing victim, or making everything about race. But when a white person says the same thing, it's like, now what? Not because a white person's voice matters more than ours, because we were right to begin with, but they take theirs more seriously. Now the excuses start falling apart. A white person can say, you know, maybe you shouldn't disrespect black people. And somehow that becomes a whole agenda. That's guilt. Because they don't have a real argument, so they attack the person. And this is where it gets interesting. They think every white person is supposed to follow this unspoken rule like racism is a group project. And if you don't play your part, now you're fake. That's why they say stuff like, you're trying to be black. Or if you really want to take it back in the day, that's where the term nigger lover came from. But no, they're just trying to be decent people. And that's not me trying to stand up for white people, but it's the bare minimum. They're not trying to build their whole personality around hating people who did nothing to them.
There is one thing that white people in America will never ever admit, and that is that every disparity in the black community, from the gaps in wealth and income to housing and healthcare, we are ultimately responsible, not them. You see, what people didn't know in the 18th and 19th centuries is that there is no biological basis for race. So we know that if white people had been enslaved by black people, the outcomes would be the same, just in reverse. I mean, they used to think back then that black people were biologically inferior. Even Darwin thought that. But if we know that's not true, and that we are all the same, the sweeping discrepancies in outcomes across generations between white and black folks falls squarely on the architects of the system. And that's us, white people. And to blame the people who live within the framework that's failing them, the framework that we built and that we refuse to fix, that is the ultimate gaslighting.
But racist people can't process that because in their mind, if a white person isn't siding with racism, they must be doing it for attention or they must be trying to impress black people. But they never consider the obvious. Maybe that person just thinks you're wrong. Maybe they heard what you said and realized you sound insane. But racists don't like mirrors. And that's what non-racist white people become to them, a mirror. Because now they have to see that being white doesn't force you to be racist. And when they see another white person choose different, it makes them look even worse. That's the part they can't stand, because now the lie is exposed. They can't hide behind how they were raised or what everybody thought or what times used to be like, because someone who looks just like them is standing in front of them and saying, no, you're just racist. And that cuts a lot deeper than what they like to admit. That's why they act like non-racist white people are traitors. But traitors to what? Racism? Disrespect? Like making black people uncomfortable? Like, what are we talking about here? That's the hill you're willing to die on? That's pathetic. And let's be honest, they don't just want black people beneath them. They want white people under control too. They police who they date, who they listen to, who they defend, and what they're allowed to say out loud. And if a white person refuses to be controlled by that mindset, then they get attacked too. Not the same way black people do. Let's be very clear about that. But they still get punished for refusing to help carry racism forward.
Racists have gotten way too fucking comfortable online and in real life.
Yo, this you?
Do not give a fuck if white people go extinct.
Really need to talk about the fact that most white people are just modern day colonizers.
It's gonna get me a lot of hate, but no, white Americans don't have culture.
I made a video talking about how I feel unsafe around white men.
You are the definition of what you hate. Also,
I have been the subject of a number of anti-Semitic attacks, but I am not Jewish.
anti-Semitic attacks? You call an online comment an anti-Semitic attack? That's retarded. But then again, you have a good reason for being retarded.
According to recent research, the only reason most people are conservative is because of delusion. And that's why you have to be delusional right back.
So to be very clear, this delusional cunt is the quintessential race traitor. She does not have a kind word to say about white people. She's a genocidal, Malthusian, evil, conniving bitch that seeks the destruction of all white people. I think the best option here is to deport her to a country where there are no white people to be found. I think Somalia is very nice this time of year. She needs to be treated like the white woman she is by the people she defends the most.
Committed to hating black people, you start hating your own people that won't join in. That's obsession. And I've said this before. There are two types of white people. There's white people, and then there's people that just so happen to be white. Some people are cool. They see racism, call it for what it is, and keep it pushing. But racists hate that because silence protects them. And I made a video about this too. And when that silence gets broken, now they panic. That's why they crash out. They're fragile. Because if one person pushing back makes you lose your mind, then you were never confident in what you believe. And that's the real problem. So yes, they hate black people. We already know that. But they also hate white people who don't help them hate black people. Because deep down, they already know what it is. And when somebody...
They be wanting validation, clearly, bro. They be wanting validation and then wanting other people to approve them on their fucking weirdo activities so they can make themselves feel better. It's all, at the end of the day, they just want an ego boost. You feel me? Because if you were so-called this superior and all this type of shit, you wouldn't have to do this to begin with, bro. You wouldn't have to, like, you know what I'm saying? You would not have to antagonize a certain type of group of people your whole fucking life if you feel so superior. It wouldn't even be on your mind to do that, you know? But people be just so obsessed with us because we're clearly the ones that are, you feel me, above everyone else. That they just keep attacking us to make us, to basically belittle us and keep us in that mindset. But when we learn about real history and all this type of shit, and what y'all have done to us, and even before that, way long ago, we were clearly the ones in control of everything because we are the original human. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally.
Somebody refuses to participate, they feel exposed. So to the white people who actually call this stuff out, thank you. Keep doing it. You're not invited to the cookout, but we...
Yeah, I'm about to say you're not invited to the cookout, but we appreciate you, though. You feel me? We need to... Hey, some of you niggas need to stop that, too. You feel me? A white person do one little thing good, and the bare minimum, and then invite to the cookout. No, we're done with that. You feel me? We might give them a plate or some shit. All right, cookout, no. You know what I'm saying? We might hook you up with a plate or some shit. You feel me? Some shit and some sides. So I don't know. The cookout though, nah, my nigga, we need that for ourselves. We you feel me? Nah, we straight on that. Maybe a plate, nigga. It wasn't guaranteed. All right.
Appreciate it, because sometimes racists need to hear it from the people that they thought were automatically on their side. And to the racists who get mad at that, you're pathetic. GL6681 says, the truth is, We've heard the term thrown around so much that it's lost its meaning. Blacks call people racist for the slightest infraction. We're not racist, we've just developed a keen sense of pattern recognition. I do agree that not everything should have a racist label attached to it because it came from a white person. But at the same time, we're not letting pattern recognition fly. Because if that's really what it was, y'all would call out those same patterns within your own community. But y'all don't. Y'all get quiet when it's time for accountability. And by the way, white folks don't get to decide whether the word racist has meaning or not, just because y'all are tired of being called it. 200 miles per hour club says there's stereotypes for a reason. Yeah, stereotypes exist, but so does ignorance.
And somehow you're proving both.
One Life to Live 1540 says, bro, you use women for every example? Really? Bro, you are a black supremacist. Some of y'all are genuinely funny. Y'all just be throwing words together now, I swear, even if it don't make sense. So me using women as an example makes me a black supremacist. If y'all gonna hate, you gotta come harder than this. Y'all are just repeating the same talking points that we see every day.
Shout out XO Speech, man, for that banger, bro. Jokes for themselves, bro. It's just a cycle. It's literally a cycle. You feel me? Like, no accountability, no... I don't know. I guess they frontal lobes never just develop. You feel me? I guess it's just a fucking fat ass fart. With a, you feel me? A fart up there, a penny, and a toothpick, and a fucking snotty piece of tissue inside of their brains. And it's just all been fused together. You feel me? It's no brain power up there at all for y'all to be acting like this still. But yeah, man, it's just crazy. Like, y'all just need to grow the fuck up. You feel me? And literally the only thing I had to do was just take accountability, and we can move on from this shit. We probably won't move on and get too intertwined, but it'll be a step forward. But y'all just can't take that step forward because y'all know that, you feel me, y'all just want power. You feel me? That's what it is. Y'all clearly just want power. Y'all don't ever want to see a bigger and better future. You feel me? Because y'all are fucking small-minded. Sad but true, man. Tell me what you thought about the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you know. It's your boy Carter, WCC. I'm out the bay. Y'all stay safe. I love y'all. Till next time, man. I'm out.